Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of the two-part of Powerwolf. We're carrying with the band's 5th album, Bridges of the Night, released in 2013. It would be their first through Napalm Records, but it was still produced by Fredrik Nordstrom, and it's also the band's first album with current drummer Rolf Van Helden, so woo! So there really wasn't so many releases. They did do a tour for the Wolfsnacht thing, I think that's the name of their own tour they came up with, but they did do a tour EP, which they split with the following bands. Mystic Prophecy, Storm Warrior and Lone Wolf, and they also dropped a live album called Alive in the Night. So yeah, they were still pretty busy. I just wish I had more tour information, but we should talk about the album, which is really good. So yeah, it's sort of like, again, steps up the creativity that they've been showing for their albums prior to this point. Yeah, just really love how new drummer Rolf Van Helden fits his role really well and just really hammers down on things. I also like the fact that they got to keep Fredrik Nordstrom, who's done so much good work with them up to this point. Even switching to a more recognisable label like Napalm, that is kind of a big risk when it comes to it. So I am glad that they got to keep him around because, again, he does really, really good work. And his work is quite nice and present here. I love how much he adds to the structuring of the album. Again, really nice length to it. Really love how it's padded out with some really great instrumental pacing. Love the solos. Love that the lyrics, again, sort of take themselves a bit more in a serious and mature way. And I do like how that feels a bit more apparent with their switch to Napalm. So that's a very smart plan if that was the plan. Performances are solid. Again, Attila Dorn steps up his vocal game quite a lot for this one too. So got to appreciate that. And yeah, just really solid work, honestly. I mean, so far, Powerwolf have had a pretty damn flawless run. My favourite song goes to Sacred and Wild. So, yeah, really a great album. Really good fifth album. And the fifth albums are very difficult to get right, especially with a label switch. But Powerwolf managed to fucking nail it, in my opinion. Next is the band's sixth album, Blessed and Possessed, released in 2015. It has the same label and producer as last time. So, yay, Napalm, nay, Fredrik. It's also, it was preceded by sort of compilation album release, if you will, or rather two of them, titled History of Heresy Parts 1 and 2. And the second one had more orchestral versions of older songs. I think the first one just has like redos of old songs or stuff from like older EPs. I could be wrong about that, but what I'm not wrong about is that this album, again, just kicks so much ass. I'm really glad that the 2010s have just been kind to these dudes because they have absolutely earned it. I love how, again, this album feels as atmospheric as you would expect from them, as epic as you would expect from them. Really love how heavy it is too. Again, straight up amazing instrumental work. Really great lyrics as well. More of a focus on sort of like religion in a way, which is something we'll cover a bit more of on the next album. Spoiler for that. But yeah, really like how they presented themselves once again. Just some absolutely just mental stuff, but really good mental stuff. You know, love the production again. And this was their first to be mastered by Jens Bogren, who is again someone we'll talk about a bit later, but he did really good work on his end, and Fredrik also, again, always does really great work. The band also come off really solid again as well. I mean, Roll is fitting in better as the drummer this time around, I'd argue. And again, just really good riffs, really good vocals, really good bass stuff. You gotta love it. My favourite song goes to Let There Be Night, so yeah, not really much else I can really say about the group by this point that isn't repeating a lot of what I've said already, just, you know, super consistent with all of their output. I like how this one feels a little bit slower paced at times, but it shows more restraint, and again, that maturity that I keep bringing up, so yeah, just another listen that's absolutely worth it. Next is the band's seventh album, The Sacrament of Sin, released in 2018. It has the same label, but it was produced by Jens Bogren, so there you go, there's a change. And not the only sort of different thing for them, because there is a bit of a dark cloud hanging over this album, as they filmed a video for one of the singles titled Fire and Forgive at the St. Mary Magdalene Church, or the Church of St. Mary Magdalene in Poland, and according to a lot of Polish newspapers, the band overstepped their boundaries, and a lot of people reported the band as being satanic and anti-church. I mean, they probably don't have the best relationship with religion anyway, considering the album's title, and also the fact that they talk about werewolves. So, make of that what you will, but that doesn't stop this album from being really fucking good. It's also a very different take on what they do because there's more orchestral elements. There's more of usage of like organ and some brass instruments, or string instruments rather. And it's not something you would often expect by this point, but this is their seventh album, so they finally decided let's mix it up a little bit, and mix it up they do. Really like how there's more keyboard work too. And again, it just meshes so well, and as an actual reviewer said, who's done this more professionally than I ever will, there's so many great little details that I paid attention to, and I just love it, you know? Jens does a really, really good job taking over Fredrik's spot, and it's just some really great work, really great production value, really great performance value as well. Love the mix, love how it's presented. My favourite song goes to the title track, The Sacrament of Sin, and again, really amazing stuff. Love how they decided to mix things up a little bit here, and just really solid all throughout. Can't really complain about much. Lyrics are about what you'd expect, so yeah, just really good shit. And finally, we reached the band's 8th and most recent album, Call of the Wild, released in 2021. It was produced by Jess Bogren, again with Juice Van Den Broek helping. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Also, for those who sort of don't know already, it was the first full Powerwolf album for me. There really isn't too much news I can give for this. There were obviously going to be big tours planned in 2020, but well, that was 2020. However, they did release a greatest hits album titled Best of the Blessed, which is an absolutely fantastic title. And yeah, basically they've spent most of the time after that focusing on recording and making this album, which I'm going to talk about now. Again, I love how it carries on the more experimental stuff that they tried on Sacrament of Sin. Really like how, again, it's a bit more of a stripped down version of that, really, with more of a focus on the heavy, but just showcases how incredibly balanced the band can be with that kind of stuff. And Jen's, with help from JV, let's just call him JV. Yeah, really like how they work together as well to engineer this album, really put it together nicely. The structuring, again, really like how it plays out. I like how the experimental elements add a lot to it without taking away from the sound at all. And I think it's had a little bit better here than on Sacrament of Sin, although I love how the Sacrament of Sin first presented it. And the band, again, just solid presentation. Love the lyrics, again, focused on like that sort of dark style of storytelling, which I do enjoy. And it's not a metaphor for anything. They know it's just stories at the end of the day. And I do appreciate that. They don't try to sugarcoat it with anything. So I do genuinely appreciate that. Love the instrumental work, again, solid all around. Probably some of the best they've ever sounded, especially the guitar work is amazing. And yeah, just obviously fantastic from everyone, all great performances. My favourite song goes to Blood for Blood, in brackets Foulard. I hope I'm saying that correctly, I think it might be Gaelic. And yeah, that's basically all I really have to say about this album. Again, it just absolutely fucking rocks, and so far it's a great culmination of everything they've done. I can't wait for whatever they drop next, maybe next year or the year after. I've obviously become more of a fan of these guys by this point, so yeah, really, really super duper enjoyed this. I've enjoyed pretty much all of their career, and hopefully you will all too. That does it. That's the last two-parter of this season, and I know I keep bringing that up because it makes it sound like I'm teasing something, but I'm not. I'm not teasing a Season 7. Season 6 is going to be the last season because I just don't... I explained the reasons why in a vlog already, which no one watched, but... I absolutely love doing this. I want to thank Rocco again for requesting this episode, and it's been a really fun one to do. One of the most fun ones I think I've ever done, because the band just picked a really silly dumb thing and made it work somehow, and I do like it when bands do that. It's not overall gimmicky either. They have the talent and the chops to pull it off. So I do genuinely love that they decided to go as mental as they wanted to, but they kept it restrained. They kept it relatively sane, and just focused on some really great storytelling too, without trying to sugarcoat it or make it metaphorical. It's just story for the sake of story, and I do like it. Having said that, also thank you to everyone who watched the Go Home show last night. It went on a little bit longer than I was expecting, even though I did still get an early night, as I said I would. And I will see you all on Friday for the pay-per-view, although not before covering what else is going to be happening tomorrow. Hopefully, new episode of Music of the Week, depending. And the next episode of Backtracking will be a shorter one. I'm going to be looking to go short, long, and then maybe the finale for the last 5 episodes. And the next episode is going to be Baby Metal, as requested by my good friend William Black, aka King Ghost. So, yeah, I will see you all possibly in a couple of weeks for that, because it's not going to take me as long to do as this one did. And then, obviously, other stuff in the time between. Yeah. Oh, also, while I remember, I don't know if I said this already, but in case I haven't, I did put up a poll telling people, asking people what they wanted my 5th Let's Play to be, because that's going to be a big decision thing, and you all picked Sonic Generations, so that's going to be my 5th Let's Play. Obviously, it's sort of pointless bringing that up now, because I haven't even completed the Bulletstorm Let's Play yet, or even started editing it, so... yeah, I just wanted to bring that up while I remembered. But I will see you all tomorrow for Music of the Week. Friday night for Reverence is going to be an amazing pay-per-view. And yes, I will be rejoined by my friend Fen, hopefully. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. And for other shit to come. As always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye-bye.